Thank you very much, Terry. Following that, we have John Pinsmith.
The poem I'm reading tonight is a new one, which has been 4 months in the making, and I just finished it before we left home. But I wanted to read it this August. Donny's Gap. In your prime, you had Rod Taylor's face, which surely helped you win Anne, who left this house for you. But you never lost those Burt Lancaster hands, which touched, lifted, and turned so many country things I'd find in antique shops, the barn, on the farm. Yes, you were my encyclopedia of traditional Ireland, and only once did I stump you. The eel spears, now fixed on stone in the back hallway, are iron flowers. Out back, the ragged, overgrown yard you knew is now a cobbled and flagged world of stone. 3 great steps rise to the rebuilt piers, which helped frame Phil Conway's formidable random rubble walls, the view funneling to an antechamber between 2 haggards and 2 old wrought iron gates which swing on socketed heels. The small flagstone space, barely 6 feet by 10, where we last talked of old Ireland, August 1992. That blustery day, I showed you my handiwork for once. A few steps I had laid there of squared limestone I had collected for years from demolished Georgian Limerick. You admired how they seemed always there, my goal. And then, before I could ask, your eyes were drawn to the long stone near the pivot base of the second gate. Silently, you kneeled and touched its deeply incised wedged cuts, 1 horizontal above 3 arrowing up like a milking stool or dome. And as ever, you told me its history, an ordnance survey benchmark meant to fix a place in Ireland forever. A week later, on the ferry back to Germany, Noreen's shredded call told us you had died on a dance floor the night we left Rosslare, exactly 18 months after Anne's terrible passing. And you left 6 orphans, a world of grief and worry. That innocent August day, who knew Marvel's iron gates of life would swing again so soon? Gradually, time unfolded, fitfully for sure, and always the flagstone space reminded me of you, and it became for me Donny's Gap. I used the benchmark symbol in notes and journals to mark epiphanies, large and small, which spark poems, even one that yearns to fix you to a place. Last month, in Scotland, your youngest, Shawnee, married his bonnie Sarah, the photo showing, at last, all your 6 grown up, married to strong partners, whatever the next swings of time. And there are 9 grandchildren, which you and Anne never saw or held in your arms. The gap in our lives remains, but part of it closed in Ayrshire as life moves on. Teasy sleeps above me in the room where she and Anne were born. And right this blazing moment as I pen these lines, from the radio breaks along with the dawn, Boccherini's string duet from master and commander, so spirited, lyrical, playful, and infinitely moving just now. And what better soundtrack for our duet too on the O'Dwyer farm? Handheld country rustic piece by piece for you, benchmarked hand-wrought poem by poem for me, and child by child, grandchild by grandchild for both of us. This is dedicated to Donnie McGraw, who died on the 17th of August, 1992, age 51. Thank you.
That was a fine energetic piece from John Pinsmith. Now we have Joe Healy.
It's hard to follow a fine poem like that. I distribute this here. That earlier on, Frisian cows were mentioned earlier on, and cows, and John even mentioned benchmark, like cow stool. When I was growing up, we used to milk cows, not down in a pit beside the animals, but we had to stand beside the animals. So this is big animals, this poem. Dark-haired woman in photograph drags him back to a drafty old milking parlour. She was alone, her husband contracting. Said one cow was kicking, so or other could he help. His secret was to get in close, avoiding the full force of their kicks, big animal rules. Slowly sliding one arm along her warm Frisian hide until soft belly surrounded his ribs. Lower hand reached for her tits. Vaseline coated his fingers, kneaded chapped skin. After the milking, she thanked him for bacon and eggs.